Today I am taking you into Goodwill Bins with me. We are on the hunt for vintage home decor. It is always a mystery of what we will find, but it's all about the thrill of the hunt and finding a great deal. So come along with me, let's go thrifting and see what they have at Goodwill Bins today. Hello there everyone, thank you for joining me today for this thrifting adventure at Goodwill Bins. This is also sometimes called the Pound Store or the Goodwill Outlet, and this particular location is located in Lubbock, Texas. If you are new, hello and welcome. My name is Lesa and I'm so glad that you are joining me today. I hope you enjoy it and decide to stick around. For all of my returning friends, I hope that you are doing well and that you are ready for another great video of thrifting. I am going to share what I bought, how much I paid, and how I styled it in my home, so be sure you stick around for the entire video. Old word signs on canvas are a great thing to purchase. You can make these over, use that canvas and create something new. You may even have some of these already laying around your home that you could do a little DIY on and make it into something great. One thing I love to search for when I'm out thrifting anywhere, but especially at the Goodwill Bins, are books. I love to look at the covers and see how they would display in a stack or on a shelf to add color and contrast to my decor. It is a simple and easy decorating trick, minus the busted lampshade. This was a great lamp. I have found several lamps that I've purchased from Goodwill Bins and they end up being very affordable. They weigh out by the pound and only end up costing a couple of dollars. So even if they don't work, you have a good fixture that you can rewire and have you a brand new lamp. I also tend to see a lot of frames at Goodwill Bins, and today was no exception to that. They had boxes full of nice frames. You can DIY these too if you don't particularly care for the color, just a little rub and buff. A lot of these were beautiful just like they are originally and didn't need any kind of DIY on them. And I see a lot of vintage picture frames here in this box. You just have to dig around at the bins. You can't pass over any of the boxes because you never know what is going to be in them buried underneath, usually under a lot of clothes. Just be careful when you're digging in these boxes. I have encountered a lot of broken glass and pieces in here, so you dig with caution and you don't just blindly stick your hands down in there. If you do that, generally you'll be safe. I have never had an issue or a problem here at Goodwill Bins. I'm curious what you think about these collectible dolls. Would you buy these or would you pass over them? Let me know what you see in today's video that you enjoyed or you would have thrifted. I shop for my personal use. I do not resell, so I have to be very selective about what I bring into my home. And as stuff comes in, I try to let go of things and pass them on to people I know that would want them, or I redonate them. So if you see something I didn't get and you're thinking I should have, that's probably why. I can't bring everything home and rescue every treasure. Who else loved Holly Hobby when they were young? I even still have my Holly Hobby rag doll. It just brings back so many good memories to see that little doll crib. This was a really nice fall doormat. Not vintage, but very nice still. So far, I'm seeing a few vintage things, but nothing that is just saying, Lesa, don't leave me here, bring me home with you. Like I said in the beginning, you just never know what you're going to find at the bins, and it's always a treasure hunt. This oil painting wasn't signed, but it looked like an original. The frame was really nice too. There were some black specks on it, but that was just like debris. It would like brush off. So this would make a really nice addition to someone's home. And again, another cute little doll that looks vintage. This is also the time of year to start looking for your Christmas decor. It starts trickling onto the thrift store shelves, and you can find things that are great as they are, or like this wreath, you can buy it and remake it, pick it apart, use the bits and pieces, or just the wreath as a base. There were a couple of little Santas that I saw at the bins, and again, some fall decor. Always keeping an eye out for that. You might find Easter stuff in the middle of, Christmas season. You can grab it when you see it and put it back. This throw pillow was in excellent condition, and I actually did a Google Lens search on it because I thought it might have been from Target, but it actually turns out that it was from Bed Bath & Beyond. Here is some more fall decor. This wreath, it was in perfect condition. I think it just needed a little cleaning and fluffing. And then this wall shelf just needed a little tender loving care. I think you could paint it and give it a new look and a new life in your home. And another throw pillow that was in really good condition. I think this is one of those squatty potties for, a stool that goes around your toilet. Some of the things I touch, I can't believe I touch it. I am always very careful, and I always sanitize like crazy and wash my hands, all the things after I'm done shopping here. And yes, I have tried wearing gloves before. They do not work when you're trying to also operate a camera. So we just hope and pray and put our faith and trust in God. You can find great stuff here at the Goodwill Bins, like that brand new in-package lampshade. And then you find things like this busted wicker lid that probably went to a hamper. This is a great place to find books for decorating, but also books for reading. I know that some of y'all have come across my videos in the past, and it has inspired you to go to the Goodwill Bins, and I am thrilled by that. Some of you, in fact, go to this very same Goodwill Bins, and I hope that one day I run across y'all while I'm there shopping at the same time. I would love to meet you. If you ever see me out and about, please say hi. I promise it is not going to be a bother to me, and more than anything, I would probably just be shocked because I still feel like I'm so small and I'm just little old me living my life, and how in the world would anybody recognize me? But it has happened before, and so I would be thrilled to meet y'all. I was almost ready to leave, and what did they do? They rolled out new bins. This is complete and total chaos when they do this. Everybody is orderly, but they rush the new bins. did fight the crowd and I dug around a little bit and I found some great treasures. I found a brand new with tags Aerie thermal like long sleeve t-shirt. Aerie is a brand of American Eagle. That was a great find. I found several other things that I thought were interesting, like this Christmas sweater. If you needed an ugly Christmas sweater, this would be perfect for that. And then this vintage printer tray. I was so excited when I found this, and I had to put it in my cart and bring it home. I thought it was going to be really expensive because of the weight, but you will see my total that I share here in just a minute, and you'll see I actually didn't pay very much for it, and I bought a lot on this trip. It was a really good thrifting trip, and I'm so glad I got to go out and go shopping on this afternoon. The back of the store, they have all of their bulk items that they sell individually priced. They are still very affordable, but they are priced individually instead of by the pound. And you can see here, you could get a piano for $20. It was taped shut. I couldn't tell the condition of it, but if you were looking for a starter piano, maybe this would work. And if you want project pieces, there are a lot of furniture items that are perfect for that. They had a stack of Christmas trees. Again, I don't know what the condition of each tree would be. Maybe they would let you open it up and look around. I don't know, but the price on them could not be beat. And that Santa that I showed earlier, someone already snatched it up and bought it before I could even get over here and get a full shot of it. So I'm done shopping at Goodwill Bins for this day. I made my purchases and I am headed home to share with you what I got. You can see here I definitely got that printer tray. When it was all said and done, after rounding up and taxes, I only paid $16 for everything you are about to see in my haul, and I'm going to share with you how I decorated with everything. I am starting with something simple like this book. I loved the colors in it. I think this is going to be beautiful all year long, but especially when I decorate for 4th of July. And so I brought it home and I'm adding it to my collection of vintage books and other vintage home decor. All know how expensive a wreath like this brand new would be, so I could not resist buying this one. I saw that it was in great condition. I just need to remove a couple of those bows that were on there. I'm doing this in my backyard because it was very, very dusty and I wanted to use the garden hose to spray it off. I made sure I cleaned both sides. I shook it out and then I put it in the sun to dry. You can do this with most all of your greenery and floral pieces. This and a can of compressed air is how I keep everything looking clean and tidy in my home. My supervisor even had to come by and check up on my work and make sure I was doing it correctly. I ordered these toile sashes off of Amazon. They came in a pack of 6 and I'm using it to tie onto the wreath. You can use these sashes in a lot of different ways around your home. You know I love my blue and white and I love to mix it in with my fall decor, so that's why I made this choice. This sash is long enough that you can tie it in a bow or you can just simply tie it around here and have streamers like I'm doing. I wanted to keep it simple and not too fussy. I am actually giving this wreath to my daughter-in-law. Her and my son just bought their first house recently, and so I wanted her to have a new wreath for her new front door. Was this find. It is the scroll work that was meant to be on top of a cabinet or a shelf, possibly on top of a clock casing. Can't guarantee that it is antique, but I think it is probably antique from the wood and the construction in the back. Because it is an older piece, I want to make sure that I properly maintain it to give it even more longevity and life. There was some Velcro stuck on the top of it, so first I had to remove that. It was dusty and it needed a polish. The wood was very dry. I like to use this Howard's Feed and Wax. I will have it linked down below for you. You can buy it at Lowe's or off of Amazon. And to get in the intricate parts, I used a Q-tip. You rub this on, let it set for a few minutes. Do not let it dry, but let it set for a little bit and then wipe it off. I have found that Bounty paper towels work good for this. You can see how shiny it got from that Feed and Wax. I nailed in a picture hanger on the back very gently, and it is going to be ready to hang. This framed embroidery piece was not from Goodwill Bins, but I am using it here in my new wall vignette, so I wanted to include it. I got it from an estate sale for $12, cleaned it up and hung it up, then added that little decorative scroll piece to the top of it, and it just really makes it look nice and anchors it all together. Beautiful thrifted finds while out thrifting. Standing around and waiting for the new bins to roll out was worthwhile. I scored this beautiful vintage printer tray. These can be pricey if you source them from resellers or from antique stores. To find one at Goodwill Bins was amazing. I could have polished this up like I did that previous little antique scroll piece, but I wanted to keep it in all of its rusty, crusty glory. I am staging it for fall here on my hearth. You could also hang this on the wall and put miniature collectibles in it. I had two boys, and this would have been the perfect thing to put their little Lego figurines on, all their little micro cars and little treasures that they have. Who is old enough to remember Peppy jeans from the 1980s? I think these are vintage, the best I could tell from looking them up. I need to alter them. They are a little big in my waist, but I think I can easily do that. And then I have a great pair of vintage jeans. I love this color and I love this style from Aerie. I could not believe that I found a new with tag shirt at Goodwill Bins. It was very exciting. So here is that Aerie shirt that I got at the bins, and for a new shirt, super cheap, and it's going to be cute for lounging or wearing out. It is definitely oversized. I would have normally have gotten a smaller size, but I think it actually looks okay. And it's got the little thumb holes and all the things. Super comfy, super cute. I love a good deal. I'm so glad that you stopped by to go thrifting at Goodwill Bins with me today. I hope you had as much fun as I did. I really enjoy looking for vintage home decor, and I think I found some great pieces. They polished and cleaned up real nice and look beautiful here in my home. You don't have to spend a lot of money to make your home inviting and beautiful. I also found a couple of really good fashion pieces. Those vintage jeans and this shirt. Always love a good deal, and I'm glad I got to share them with you. I always appreciate when you hit that thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed, I invite you to do that. I love thrifting and love to bring you along on my adventures. Until the next one, I hope that you have a wonderful and blessed day.